So starting with foundation, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal True Match foundation in the shade N7. This is my all-time favorite drugstore foundation because it has really, really good coverage. And then I'm taking my Real Technique sponge, which you can find at pretty much any drugstore or Ulta. And it works pretty much the same as a beauty blender. I actually kind of like it a little bit better. But I'm just going to blend out my foundation. So, fun fact, I actually wasn't even allowed to wear makeup in high school till my junior year. It might have been the end of my sophomore year, but definitely I wore full makeup my junior year. But yeah, my mom definitely did not want me wearing makeup, but I did have a little bit of a skin issue in high school, so she let me use kind of like a mineral powder foundation. So that's what I used for like probably the end of my sophomore year into my junior year. And then I believe I got my first job junior year and just like all my money went to makeup. So that's when I like really started doing like the full foundation, concealer, eyeshadow, mascara, all that stuff. But it took me a while because I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, so that was super aggravating. So one of my favorite drugstore concealers is the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. I love these. I think they are super full coverage, but you can still use them every day and they look really, really good. Mine is in the shade Medium Deep, so I'm just gonna put triangles under my eyes. I just feel like the coverage of this concealer is amazing. So I don't usually blend out my concealer right away. I like to let it sit a little bit. So usually while I let my concealer dry a little bit, I will just spoolie through my eyebrows and kind of just prep them for when I do my brows. Then I'm just gonna take my sponge and blend out that concealer. Then whatever's left on my sponge, I just take on my eyes. That way I can just prime them, and it's kind of a 2-for-1 step here. So before I set my concealer with powder, I like to do my brows, and I've been using the same brow product since high school. It's the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in Dark, and I've loved this. And then to fill in my brows, I just use this little angled brush, and I go into the wax first. And I'm just going to show you instead of trying to explain it. Okay, so that's one eyebrow done. Just looks so much better. And it's so funny because brows weren't even a thing when I was in high school. Like, nobody did their eyebrows. Like, nobody filled them in. I don't know. So weird. So now that my brows are done, I'm going to set that concealer. So I'm going in with my Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade Translucent and just a powder brush. And I'm just going to set those areas where I applied concealer. Also, I'm just applying some powder on my eyelids to set that area so we can go straight into eyeshadow when we're ready. So to bronze up my face, I'm going in with this Rimmel London Natural Bronzer, and this one is in the shade Sun Bronze. I think this is the darkest bronzer they have. I'm not entirely sure. And we want to look like we've been sitting outside in the sun all summer, so we're just going to bronze it up. To put this just around my jawline, and then also just bring it down the sides of my nose. And then also just take some on my forehead. And I just take some of that bronzer down my neck too. Okay, so moving on to eyeshadow. This is why I called this video mostly Drugstore, because I really wanted to use my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette because I actually really do use this mostly every day. This is probably one of the only things that I'm using that's not Drugstore, but you can totally find these shadows in Drugstore shadows. It's not that hard to do the look that I'm going to be doing, so let's just get started. So the first color I'm going to be taking is called Cayenne, and we're using this as a transition color. I would say this color is a really rich chocolate brown. I just think it's a really nice color for the crease. But yeah, this is a pretty versatile color. You can find this in any eyeshadow palette pretty much. So I'm taking that color Cayenne on a crease brush and just focusing this on my crease and a little bit above. Going really light-handedly because this is a back to school look, so we don't need anything too crazy. Then I'm just taking a fluffy brush and blending that out. Then I'm taking the color He Devil. And He Devil to me is kind of like a burnt orange color. I think it's just really going to add some warmth to the crease, so I'm taking the same brush and just dipping it into He Devil. And I'm just going to layer that on top. Yeah, this really just warms up the entire eye. Then taking the fluffy brush again, I'm just going to blend out the edges. So when I was in high school, my signature look would be something dark in the crease and then a champagne color on the lid. So that's what I'm going with today, just because it's one of the easiest looks you can do and it always seems to look good. So for my lid color, I'm going in with this Milani palette, and you can find Milani at most drugstores. I think they sell them at all CVS's, which is where I get my Milani stuff, but it's the earthy, no. This one is the Bare Necessities palette, and I'll show you guys the colors. I love this palette because it really is everyday eyeshadows, just really neutral, really pretty eyeshadows. So that's why I bought this. So I'm gonna take this really pretty champagne color. And that's what it looks like. It is so pretty. So I'm just gonna take that eyeshadow, my fingers, and place that all over my lid. Go back with the same brush I had He Devil on and just run through the crease again. Just to make sure the lid color blends seamlessly into the crease color. Then the last shadow I'm going to go in with, just to deepen up the crease a little bit more, is Ember. And Ember is a really pretty bronzy shade. I just feel like this color adds so much depth to the eyes, so I just kind of swirl this around in my outer V. Just taking a really light hand, nothing too crazy. It's going to be really subtle. Then just to tie everything together, taking my blending brush and blending through the crease. So next I'm going to be doing some liquid eyeliner. Now this is definitely optional because sometimes I had time to do this and other times I definitely did not. But usually the first couple weeks of school I left myself some extra time, so if I did want to do some liner I could. So this is the L'Oreal Paris Linear Intense Carbon Black Liner, and I used this all throughout high school. It's a really good liner. So I'm just going to do some winged liner, try to get it on camera. So we'll see how we do. So now that our liquid eyeliner is done, I'm just going to take an eyelash curler and curl my lashes. And then I'm going to go in with mascara. This is the L'Oreal I keep tripping over my words. I don't know what is wrong with me. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. And this is another product I used all throughout high school, and it is such a good mascara. So yeah, I'm just going to put a couple coats of mascara on. I'm probably just going to speed through this. So you can totally just stick with mascara and call it a day, but I like to wear lashes. I like to be a little bit dramatic. So the lashes I'm going to be using are the Ardell Studio Effects Demi Wispies. And these have been my go-to lashes. I wear these pretty much every day. Alrighty, let's glue these bad Larrys on. I feel like I say this a lot. Yes, these are dramatic, but yes, I am dramatic, so it's okay. Like, it's fine. So my camera battery is actually about to die, so I'm gonna glue this lash on off camera just to save time. So now that our eyelash is on and we're all dramatic, I'm gonna do our lower lash line. So I'm just gonna go back into the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, and I think I'm gonna go in with, so for my lower lash line, I'm gonna take the color Ashes, which is a really deep plum color, and just pop this right on my lower lash line. I'm not sure if I got that in frame or not. That's another thing that's really, really hard to do on camera. I learned this trick from Carly Bible. I love to put mascara on my lower lash line. It always smudges though. So you take a little bit of loose powder and just like dab it. It's gonna look a little crazy at first. You're gonna dab it underneath your eye. To ensure that no mascara gets on your lower lash line. And then you wipe it away after the mascara dries. So I'm gonna go, where'd my mascara go? I need a bigger desk. I use such a small desk and it's hard to like keep all the products on there. Ugh, it just gets really frustrating. So yeah, I'm gonna put some mascara on my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna pop a nose highlight on. I'm just going back in with that Milani palette and taking the champagne color that we used on our lid and just popping this on my nose. I forgot this is super pigmented, so. So we have a cute little sparkly button nose. And then for my lips, I always did a gloss in school. I'm telling you guys, that's the way to go, is gloss. You don't want to have to be touching up your matte liquid lipstick. First of all, matte liquid lipstick is so hard to touch up without it getting crumbly and cracky and just looking terrible. You're in school for a long time, you're eating, you're drinking. My best suggestion for you would be to use a gloss. So this is my favorite drugstore gloss. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu, and this is just a My Lips But Better color. I can pop it on without a mirror. It's really, really low maintenance. But I would go for one of these glosses, or definitely invest in one of the Kylie Cosmetics glosses. Hers are actually really super pigmented, but also really low maintenance. You can pop them on whenever, but definitely stick to a gloss if you're in school. I'm telling you, it'll save your life. I just love this color. I feel like it just complements any eyeshadow look that I wear. So now I'm gonna go back in with that brush. I used the powder and just sweep that away. Hold on. This video has been all over the place and I'm so sorry. I'm not sure if it's gonna look like that when I edit it or not, but trust me, this video is all over the place. But I'm just gonna brush away that loose powder underneath our eyes. Okay, so to set our face, so to set my face, which you always want to do, you always want to set your face so that your makeup stays in place all day. I'm using the Mario Badescu Rosewater Spray. I've been using this for such a long time and it is the perfect product to set my makeup and make it stay all day. They sell these in the little bottle as well, so I recommend that you pick up one of the smaller bottles and just carry it around with you in your backpack or your purse. That way when you go throughout the day, you can use this to retouch up and it makes you look like your makeup just got freshly put on again. It's amazing. So I recommend just getting a little bottle and just bringing it with you wherever you go. So this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This was really simple to do. If I were to do this in the morning, it would take me about 20 minutes. But if you cut out the eyelashes and a bunch of the extra stuff, you can cut down your makeup routine to like 12 to 15 minutes, which is perfect for back to school. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.